Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news.
Dear Nigerians, my name is Edem Osai. I'm a lawyer, and for the past 15 years, I have been leading strategies in children's rights, positive youth development, and gender empowerment through an organization which I founded called Mayin. Last week in Oyo State, I attended a summit called the Future of Education Summit. It held on the 20th and 21st of September. In attendance were school owners, school principals, proprietors, proprietresses, as well as a cross-section of members of the public. A most distressing subject was brought to my attention. Did you know that in Nigeria today, children learning business studies in secondary schools are forced to learn with the use of typewriters? Secondary schools in Nigeria today that wish to teach the subject of business studies, whether private schools or public schools, to get accreditation to teach that subject have to own typewriters. This is a cause for serious concern. Unless you've been in a coma for several decades, you will be aware, just like I am, that typewriters have no place in the modern place of work. They have no place in businesses today. In February 1980, the then president of Apple Computers, a global company that produces iPhones and other products which all of us use today, sent an internal memo to all staff declaring the end of the use of typewriters in that company. In 2012, a BBC writer, Jerry Holt, published and he said, "This is the end of an era." He was talking about the last typewriter that was being rolled out of the production chain of a typewriter production company in the United Kingdom. It is notable that that typewriter was donated to the London Museum of Science. Typewriters today have been confined to a place of history. They feature only in museums, private collections of antiques, and as props for movies. Yet, our children are learning with typewriters the subject of business studies. Other children around the world, from China, the United States, Germany, and other modern economies, are learning robotics and different science subjects and technology subjects that are preparing them for real impact in today's world as well as for future readiness. Our children are being forced to learn business studies with typewriters. This should agitate any Nigerian who is hearing this news. And this is not the first time that a subject like this has been brought up. In 2016, a concerned Nigerian parent wrote an article in the Nation newspaper confronting this particular problem. Children were forced in 2016 to go around looking for typewriters to rent to write their examinations. Fast forward to 2019, the last Basic Examination Council exam, BECE exams required children to go and find typewriters to write their business studies subject. In 2019, we have failed to address this problem, and because of this failure, our children are not being equipped for the future. With typewriters, will children learn, if it's business studies that truly they are required to learn, will children learn how to create relevant documents for business, PowerPoint presentations, Excel documents, basic information charts, graphs, and different, relevant key information documents that businesses thrive on today? No. So who exactly are we producing workers for? Does Nigeria have a parallel economy where we have different industries that still rely on typewriters, where we will employ these children of who are the future workers into? If we intend our children to compete in the 21st century global economy, then what are we doing by allowing this trend to continue? Whether you are a parent, a school child, an education provider, an employer of labor, whether you're a member of the media, or you're an ordinary Nigerian who people will depend on and people already depend on because they lack jobs, this matter should concern you. You need to share this video. Right now, this is an open call to the Honorable Minister of Education to to immediately end the use of typewriters as a standard for accreditation for business subjects to be taught in our secondary schools. Typewriters have no place featuring in the education sector. This is a sector that needs a complete overhaul from its foundations. But let us begin with getting typewriters thrown out of that sector. There should no longer be the use of typewriters in our classrooms and in our schools today, except the typewriters that are used for the visually impaired, which is not even a regular typewriter, it's a braille equipment. Children have no business using typewriters if they are to compete for work in today's century and if they are to have future readiness. Let's do our duty by our children today. Over 30 million Nigerian school children rely on us to act responsibly and to act now. Thank you.
So guys, you've heard what the woman said, and that is what has been happening. It's just that, one person in the wilderness speaking. And the unfortunate thing there is that you will see people defending the government. You will hear them saying, oh, it has been right from time. Oh, the government is trying. The government is this. The government is that. The question is that what is the comparative advantage of using this typewriter to what is happening in the world or in other developed countries? They will tell you, oh, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. And it is not even limited alone to public schools. Even some private schools that have really have taken note of and have heard something of that nature from. They are doing the same thing, using typewriter for them to learn shorthand and all of that at this age and time. And yet we want to move, we want to improve. Yes, we don't want to change our ways. We don't want to change things. From the advice the government has been giving, that out of our budget, 25% of our budget should go to health sector and even educational sector. Yes, how much do they still assign to our all those two major things in this country? Between 3 and 5%, even if it is up to. How do we improve? How do we improve in all of those things that will be beneficial to us and our youth, our children and children unborn? How do we compete with the outside world? But when it comes to, they want to budget for travel allowance, the president travel allowance, the governor travel allowance, both local and international, they will still go there. All those trips they have been going right from time immemorial. We've not heard anything. We have not seen the positive impact in our lives as people, not them. They are even talking about the positive things it's going to generate even to the country as a whole. But when the country gets that benefit, who are the people who get the benefits? It is the same politicians. It is the same leaders. At the end of the day, somebody who will work for 5 years, 8 years, or 4 years, as the case may be, will be on pension for life because of what they have accrued, what the country has accrued. At the end of the day, it's going to go to them. Medical allowance here and there. Up till now, they still go abroad. Their children, their wives, and all of that, they still go abroad for treatment at the expense of taxpayers. You will see some people will still come and defend them and say, no, they are doing the right thing. It is the right thing. They say they are fighting corruption. Anybody who is saying, oh, what have been done in the past? Yes, things that were done in the past, we didn't like it. And that was why we changed the government. And we cannot still have a new government that proclaimed change. And yet, we still want to condone what we didn't like even in the past administration. It's not done. Some will say, oh, we're always talking about this present government. So what are we supposed to talk about? Even the present government is always blaming the past government. Then now you say you want to change the narratives. You've not been able to change the narratives, but you are still pointing and you are still looking back. What are the things that you have brought to the table? We have the vice president who is a professor. We have likes of them. Majority of them went to public school. Majority of them got the best education in those days. Why is it that they cannot even replicate? We are even talking about most of them go abroad just to go and copy and paste what they see there in our own country. They can't do it. But another thing is that this country was not like this before. In the olden days, all these our politicians, all these our elders, they went to, they had quality education. Why is it that they cannot replicate the same thing? Why is it that things are just deteriorating day in, day out in this country? It's very, very unfortunate. Some people will just want to defend what is not. We want to be like those countries who are there. We want to make sure our graduates are employable. Most of these companies these days, they will tell you that our graduates are not employable. Why? Because the mode then of teaching, or the mode of teaching, or the equipment they are using, they are obsolete. They cannot be compared to what is happening in the outside world. And meanwhile, we have a lot of international companies, we have a lot of multinational companies. They will tell you that our graduates are not employable. They will still go outside the country. They go and seek, or to go and take some of all those our students who are studying abroad. They will go and employ them there and bring them back to Nigeria. That is what they are doing, and that is what they've been doing. They will say our graduates are not employable. You can imagine in a university, somebody who is in the university, or the university, what do they call them? Yeah, so they will go on strike for how many months? And at the end of the day, they will waste a lot of time. By the time they are coming back, they will just let them rush them and do some exams. Nobody is even prepared. Even the equipment that we have, even at the university level, it's nothing to write home about. We are still using handouts. We are still using the topics. No improvement, so to speak. So it's a wake-up call for everybody. Just like the woman has advised people, let us share it. But even it's not a matter of even sharing it. These people, they know what is happening. All our leaders, you cannot tell me that they don't know. They know, but because of greed, because of selfishness. But you see, most of their children, they are outside the country. They don't care. Even from the president to the vice president to all of them, they don't all their children are in schooling. They are schooling abroad. All their children are schooling abroad. They know what we have on ground. It's not something they can even allow their children to partake of. They know it. It's not as if they don't know what is happening. It's not as if they don't know how to change their narratives. But because they believe that they have their money, they can send their children to the best school in this world. So everybody, the rest people, should be bound to Philistine. They should go and settle themselves. But they will be moving around, doing all manner of a fire brigade work, moving around the circles. Nothing new that they are bringing to the table. Nothing encouraging to the people. And they will collect tax here and there. They don't even use the tax to the benefit of the people. So guys, that is just my own opinion concerning what this lady has said. I would like to hear from you. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.